Morning. Listen, I'm going to drop this word on you. I'm actually late. I got this word back in December, on the December 26th. And I heard the Lord say to me, he said, "Son of man, get before me today, and I will tell you what shall come upon the earth." And then I heard food shortage. This is for 2025. I heard food shortage. He said, "Get your affairs in order." Then I saw a vision of sandwiches in Ziploc sandwich baggies. And then I heard the Lord again say, "There will be wicked men who try and do things that incite false food shortage in the marketplace. Pray against this, that it may be prevented and the schemes of wicked men be spoiled. However, if the saints do not prevent it and win the battle of intercession, be prepared for darkness." Right? That was part one. Then he spoke to me, and what he began to speak about switched. He switched to talking about stock markets. He said, then I saw a vision. And there was a group of men in nice suits sitting in a room around a table. It's like they were meeting, and these were real nice suits, like some of them three-piece suits. And they all seemed to be dark or deep in thought. There was one of them in particular who he had a neck tattoo. And I saw a jagged line. Then I saw a jagged line that looked like the line of a pulse on a heart monitor. But the backdrop behind the line transformed into grid lines, and I realized that this was a stock market technical chart. And I saw this wicked cabal of rich men sitting together to discuss how they would move together as a unit, as a flock, to manipulate the stock market. And I heard the Lord say, many will lose money thinking that they are being prudent by selling their shares. And then I heard him say, hold, be wise this year. There will be some moves in the stock market that are manipulated. They are not real. They are simply to lower the prices for a few select wealthy men. And then I went into another vision, and I saw like geese. I saw like a flock of geese flying in a triangular formation as though they were migrating to a certain place or going from one place to the next. And I realized that this flock of geese were these rich men flying in formation, right? Then the Lord began to speak to me about Hollywood. He spoke to me about Hollywood. He said, and I heard the Lord say, or rather, I saw this vision first of a music artist singing as hard as they can on the mic, just, singing, rapping as hard as they can on the mic, with their mouth open. And then the scene transitioned, and I saw this same artist with their head down in handcuffs being arrested with this trench coat length jacket on. And I heard the Lord say, I will continue my onslaught in Hollywood. There are those whom I'm calling out. If they will not repent and willingly leave that industry, then they shall fall. I have told them to repent. And then I saw a quick vision of Jesus appearing to somebody. I couldn't see who it was that he was appearing to, but there was a person who he was appearing to, and he was showing me that, hey, I've made attempts to appear to these people, to warn them, to woo them, to show them, hey, I'm real, you need to turn to me, repent, right? But they had failed to do so. And then after that vision ended, I heard the Lord say again, I've told them to repent, but some will not, so they will fall. So what that spoke to me was there has been a time of grace. There has been an extended time of grace for some of those in Hollywood that is now coming to an end, and the hammer's getting ready to drop because they refuse the Lord's advances. Right? And then I saw many dominoes lined up like this. I saw many dominoes lined up back to back to back to back in an arrangement. And I saw an unseen force tip one of the dominoes, the very front facing domino, over, And that domino caused all the dominoes behind it to fall until all the dominoes behind that domino had fallen. And then I saw, like, the vision transition. I saw the head of a blue whale, like, come up out of the water, come up out of the sea. And I realized in my spirit that the Lord was connecting this blue whale to that first domino that had initially been tipped over. And God was saying that this particular whale was an indication that God is going after a certain whale or whales in Hollywood. And if this person refuses to repent, they will fall. And everyone connected to them in Hollywood will fall. And then I saw someone whispering. It went off into another vision. I saw somebody whispering into another person's ear, whispering into somebody's ear. And I saw blue and red police sirens. And I knew by the Spirit that law enforcement was involved undercover. And they had already flipped some prominent figures in Hollywood. And they had made them to be informants. And a lot of these figures in Hollywood that you think are free are not free. They have made deals. But the only reason why they're not in jail is because they're working with law enforcement to catch people bigger than themselves that they're connected to. And the Lord was letting me know that they're getting close. Then the final part of the vision is switched to the Lord began to speak to me about oil. I heard the Lord say oil. And I went off into another vision and I saw a crew of people with large machinery drilling for oil in a barren place, like a desert place. And all of a sudden, black oil was sprouting up from the ground. And the vision zoomed out and I saw the U.S. map. And I saw 2 red pins appear in New Mexico and Texas by an unseen hand. And I heard the Lord say, they will strike oil. Then I saw multi-story buildings spring up and several buildings and houses spring up around it. And I realized it was like a new city or a new town being connected to that oil being struck. It was like these new cities, new towns were springing up. And then I saw what looked like money raining. And as the money was raining, the vision zoomed out and I saw North America. And so North America, even though there are financial experts saying that, you know, there's a recession and all this stuff, America is going to experience a form of prosperity over the next 5 to 10 years. Right? And I saw the word prosperity. So get ready for that. Get ready for that. Now, I really want you to think about everything that I've released here. This is the word. This is one of the words, and I'm going to release a series, but this is one of the words that the Lord released to me for 2025 and beyond. And I want you to be prepared. I want you to make sure that you have food. I want you to make sure that you have water. I want you to make sure that you have the essentials in case false food shortages or any form of famine comes. In Tampa, when the hurricane happened, the whole city was out of gas. Make sure that you have some spare gas so you can get around. Make sure that you have the things that you need that are essential, that if these things were cut off would cause national pandemonium, right? And so the way that God has already gone before his people, and the way that you prepare for potential pandemonium or manipulated pandemonium is you have the things that you need. Remember, I said all these things. Mark this down and pay attention. Love you. I'm going to release some more words soon.